online where I was, and I don't know if anyone knows where I am. So anyways, this morning, kind of posted online that I was on an adventure, and it really depends on what happens here that might determine the next step in my future. So I'm in Toronto, for those of you that don't know, and I'm only here for 2 nights technically. So a while ago I applied for this job. It was something that I saw and I thought, well, maybe that would be a nice change. You know, get out of where I am and maybe, you know, look for something else. So I applied for this job a while ago, and I did a face-to-face interview, and it seemed to go okay. And then I didn't hear anything for like the longest time. And then they contacted me a couple weeks ago saying, yes, they know the process is going very long. They said they were going to hear back from them within 2 weeks, and when I didn't, I just figured I didn't get it. The second step was they gave me an assignment. So they gave me this assignment that I had to do, and I had to submit back by a deadline. And then I guess if that went through, then they do the face-to-face interview. So I currently live in Alberta, and this position is in Toronto. And I would basically have to move to Toronto. And it's something very scary for me. And but the opportunity is great. I mean, I read the job and was like, oh my goodness, like I totally would love to do this job. And it was just something that I was like, yeah, I think I could see myself doing that. So yeah, so now I'm here. They flew me down to come do a face-to-face interview now. And so my interview is tomorrow at 10. And so I had to fly down here to Toronto for an interview. Well, good morning. So I just put on some makeup and getting ready for my interview. In my last night preparing and deciding when I was going to get ready is hilarious, because I woke up this morning really hungry and thinking, I don't think I actually planned to eat before I went. So now I'm thinking, okay, now I need to either grab something or do something, because I woke up hungry, and so I might need to eat something before I go, because nothing worse than being starving in an interview and your stomach's growling really, really loud. It's been raining here on and off for like a while, like really pouring rain, and I have this curse that the moment I take time out of my schedule to straighten my hair, it either rains or something. So I think I've just jinxed Toronto by straightening my hair today. Because it's been raining here, it's also very humid. Ugh, I went for a walk yesterday. It was cold. I had my jacket on, but I was still sweating. Oh, I'm already starting to sweat. So wish me luck, and I'm gonna go do my interview, and yeah, I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. Well, good evening. Didn't take me that long to get there, and yeah, was a little bit over 30 minutes early. It was 9, just slightly before 9:30, and my interview was at 10. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. And I had a 3-person interview, and yeah, the interview lasted for almost 2 hours. They asked me a lot of questions, asked me to share a lot of stories, talk about like instances where not only in their examples, they just didn't want me to tell them examples, they wanted me actually to tell a story. So they wanted me to then first summarize what I was going to talk about, then talk about like who the characters were in the story, if it was team, what specifically did I work on, what did I work on with the team, what did the other members do, and then also what I felt about it. Did I feel overwhelmed? Was I anxious? Was I happy? Was I excited? They really wanted to know how I was in whatever example I was sharing. So yeah, that was a little different. I did learn that so one of the things, if you've ever gone for a job interview, one of the things that I guess I learned later in life, just because most times I was looking for a job and I would take anything just because I was just looking for a job. But as you get older and you realize that, you can ask questions, and those are the times to basically validate or kind of assess whether you want the job. Because there's 2 interviews actually happening in any job interview. They're interviewing you, of course, and they want to see how you feel. But also, this is your time to interview them and find out, is this place A, that you want to work at, and B, is it something that you could see yourself doing? I think my biggest concern right now is just that if I did get this position, I would be living in Toronto. And it's a little scary to me because Toronto's quite expensive to live in. It's more expensive to live in than where I currently live. So it really might come down to how much I can be paid. You know what? There was this quote, and I don't want to say it wrong, but there was this quote I heard, and it was basically, if it doesn't scare you, then it's not worth it. And I think I keep saying that to myself right now because it is a little scary. It's something different. It's something new. Can I afford to live here? I don't know. I don't really know until I try. And then one thing that I did learn, I'm not going to say where I'm applying for this job, but I did learn that because of the nature of my work that I would be doing, I wouldn't be allowed to work in the audiovisual field. So that means I wouldn't be able to make any more films at all. And one of the things I just realized I forgot to ask, if that means if I can even vlog anymore. I guess that'll have to be a follow-up question. Yeah, so on the way home I decided to walk, and then I didn't wear my runners. I wore these boots. It was hilarious because my feet were starting to kill me, and I was like, oh, my feet are hurting so bad. And also, I'm in Toronto, and Toronto is a humid city, and even worse when it's been raining for the past couple days, so it's even more humid. Well, I've definitely got some decisions to make. Well, first of all, I have to be offered the job first, right? Because just because you're offered the job doesn't mean you need to accept it. You can, once they get the details, you can say, you can turn down. Yeah, I definitely need to think about it. But I guess that's it for now, and I will talk to you guys later.